join a company
that you are the person that
show good sell, yeah? Bring in good energy. Welcome to Crypto OGs. Welcome to Crypto OGs. We're still here in Barcelona, ETH, and we have a special guest today. It's Andrea from Tetha. Thank you for coming to the show.
Thanks for having me.
It's a bit hot today here.
I know.
Beautiful weather.
LA hot weather is very easy compared to this.
But we're bringing the heat. We're bringing Tetha. So tell us about your story. How do you start in crypto?
Yeah, I started at Tetha a year ago and a few months. I actually met the CEO, Mitch Liu, in 2018.
Okay.
And I just started working at Vimeo, and he was, tempting me to come join the team. At the time, they were a video streaming platform that, was pivoting to blockchain. And I thought, I just started at Vimeo, this would be a big change. And I said, let's keep in touch. So years later, when I was looking for a job again, I got connected, and I couldn't believe everything he said he was going to do in 2018. He did that and so much more.
Yeah.
And since I'm from the Silicon Valley, I've been aware of blockchain since really its inception, but it's been mysterious, it's intimidating.
It's crazy.
Yes, and because though Tetha is focused on media and entertainment and video, it felt very comfortable for me. And then I was able to learn, because it was very specific. Instead of like the ocean of blockchain, it was like very specific to what I know.
And you were related to it already.
Exactly, and very passionate because my whole career has been in video streaming.
Amazing.
Maybe digital media adjacent, but video streaming. And I know the pains, like the very painful parts of the industry, and there's not great solutions that are effective for the business to succeed and make money and solve these problems. But I realized Web3 infrastructure is, and that's what Tetha Labs is focused on. So it was just really like a match made in heaven. And it gave me like optimism again in video streaming, where in video streaming today, it's like Netflix, HBO, Disney, it's all the same. It's like the dominators, and then there's such a gap between the creators and the dominators, and there's so much greed, and there's so many problems, and even the big successful ones arguably aren't so successful. They're still figuring it out.
Everybody's still figuring it out as a content creator.
Yeah, so Mitch and the team and J.E. Long, the CTO co-founder, they like inspired me again, like, oh, there's hope for this painful industry right now, which everybody loves video. Video's not going away.
Video is growing. It's the number one way to create content.
Exactly.
I love that. We're on video right now.
Yes.
Okay, second question.
Okay.
I want to check the mic. 1 second.
Okay, good.
Or do I get paranoid?
Is it good? No, you should. Funny, I'm on a podcast. The community has a podcast, and every time I'm on, there's something wrong with the mic. So we've had to like re-record everything. So don't be paranoid. I'm used to it. Yeah.
Okay. Second question. Now, Andrea, that's a very good insight, and I'm glad that a company brought somebody as smart like you into Web3. We need more people like you to help the industry to grow in a different way. But tell us a little about Tetha Labs. Where did the idea of focusing on video entertainment in Web3 infrastructure come from? What is inspired by the program of the traditional world?
Yeah, so originally Tetha was a company called Sliver TV, and it was similar or competitive to Twitch. And I might oversimplify it a little bit, but ultimately the company was streaming VR from these e-gaming focus, and they would go to the e-gaming tournaments worldwide and stream unique point of views from the game out to VR headsets, out to 360 video, which is really hard even today. And this is back years ago, almost 10 years ago. And so because of the delivery in a condensed area, it's so difficult to stream out, our investors and team suggested, why don't you build a peer-to-peer CDN, a content delivery network, so that you can use shared bandwidth to make the delivery happen, instead of it being such a I know not to get too technical, but it's a really heavy load to deliver video, even today.
It is.
And so that was our first step towards decentralization. And then we realized how much opportunity there was in media and entertainment, specifically video. With decentralization, we decided to pivot to blockchain. So we built our layer 1 proprietary blockchain. We were one of the first adopters of a proof of stake model, which is so important for media and entertainment, because media and entertainment, you want as much engagement as possible, which are transactions. So that is like where the co-founders Mitch and J.E. really focused and understood that there's a huge problem, and there wasn't, and maybe still aren't, a lot of companies or layer ones that are focused on media and entertainment. So we have a video API, so we have video infrastructure.
Okay.
And then we have our layer one. We're really able to service so many pains in media and entertainment, and our focus really, while we work with native Web3 companies, our focus in my day-to-day is helping Web2 or traditional companies lean into Web3 by solving problems in the media and entertainment space.
So, okay, I got it now.
A lot.
I got it. No, it's good.
Okay.
So, and that's just a little bit of what we do, for example, in CryptoGees.
Yeah.
And what I do myself. Our first platform was Binance Live. I don't know if you have heard about it. It's like native within Binance.
Okay.
And then we got about 50,000 subscribers within 10 months.
That's amazing.
But they're all native of crypto.
Amazing.
But also, since I started, was the first content creator on Binance Feed. We have the #1 podcast on Binance Live. We understand the struggle when you come to a platform or streaming. It's not that easy.
No.
But also as a content creator myself, I was on Clubhouse when got started.
Oh yeah, early.
I grew 150,000 people. And so I understand the struggle from the user point of view. But also it's good that you are giving solution for companies that are already established, but they want to jump into Web3.
Yeah.
Adoption and for example, what happened today? I don't know if you hear about Threads. Are you on Threads already?
Threads? Oh yeah. I went on the sign-up list. I'm a little ashamed of I signed up early. Well, I'm always love to adopt new technology and just check it out.
As soon as possible, right?
Right. I'm curious.
So we got 5,000 followers
already?
Today? Yeah, today.
Day one, 5,000. That's huge.
So you were talking about Vimeo, right?
Yeah.
You had Lily Pons, right?
Yeah.
Back in the days. Lily Pons.
Oh, Lily Points.
Lily Pons.
I don't remember.
She got like 40 million of.
Okay.
And she started in Vimeo, and now she had
on the creator side. So at Vimeo, I was more. What's interesting too is that I was on the enterprise.
Yeah.
The walls. These walls are not made of gold. They're just.
No, they're decentralized.
I was on the Vimeo enterprise team, so we worked more with businesses. But I still learned so much about the other side of the company, which was the individual creator.
Because they became a business establishment.
Yeah.
Like we have Logan Paul,
like a team, an enterprise where. But what's interesting about what you're saying that I think is important for Web3 is every creator is a business. Instead of being an individual creator, you have the opportunity to run yourself as a business rather than I'm just an individual creator. You now get to operate at the level of these businesses and enterprises.
There you go.
And that's my opinion, but
there's some nuggets.
Good.
From Andrea.
Yes.
Okay, talking about nuggets.
Okay.
Can you share some real-world example of success story of content creators and a streaming platform leveraging the Tetha network?
Yes, it's a hard question to answer because there's a lot. At the consumer-facing side, because we work with a lot of businesses and engineers and developers who will then build the next Patreon or Snapchat, right? But on the direct creator side, we have a comic book artist, Rob Feldman, and he has built on Tetha, and he, gamifies the content in the comic book where, he gates the access with an NFT. You can play arcade games with the NFT. Your character can come to life. And so he's had this really interesting evolution with his business for this series called Psycho KO, CYKO.
Okay.
And most recently, in the past, I think it's 6 months ago, he's making a new animation series. And he brought together the cast of Napoleon Dynamite, if you remember the movie.
Yeah, very popular.
And he pre-funded the animation series with an NFT strategy. So in about 48 hours, I think it grossed something like $170,000.
Oh my goodness.
And not in a great market. So it was really awesome because his community tapped in, so he's able to pre-fund it. And Decrypt just did this amazing feature on the fact that it's the first project to bring back the cast. And they're voicing over, but it was I love that story because, they worked with our other partner, Verified Labs, who represents Napoleon Dynamite, John Heater.
Yeah.
And they got introduced, and it's a good representation of the Tetha ecosystem, kind of matchmaking, and then they can come and collaborate and establish something new. So that's interesting on the pre-funding side, but immediately immediately when you bought the NFT that pre-funded this future series, that's almost wrapped now, you got access to our other partner, Rewarded TV, so an earn-to-watch streaming platform. That NFT you could log in with, and immediately you had your own specific curated library of cartoons done by the comic book artist. So immediately there was this utility of like, okay, like I know I'm pre-funding this series and I want to support the creator, but our other partners said, okay, let's put together something we can use today.
Right now.
And it was a curated library of cartoons by the creator that only we would have because we have the NFT. Everybody else on the platform could not see that content.
Oh wow!
I know it's a lot. Did I speak slowly enough?
No, it's
my Italian hands are like going.
We're getting there. I think the community is understanding. They can rewind a little bit.
There's a lot. Okay, good.
They can rewind a little bit. Yeah. I mean, we're live, but then it will be broadcast.
And when you tweet about, I'll give the links. But I like these stories that are really like, the community and the ecosystem of Web3 is. It's easy to form partnerships that make sense for your business that day, and then still be independent or not too dependent, on your partners. So I like the story because it's like totally different partners, but they came together and provided this like whole package. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. And now, I'm a content creator as well. So, you are helping, as I say, people get into Web3, right? So it's not that easy to create content. It's not easy for like specific people that are just getting started, people that just want to become influencers or get views or whatever. But it's not easy neither.
It's not easy to get 5,000 followers in one day.
Yeah, it's not that. But some of them go 250,000 already.
Yes, amazing.
But talking about institutional clients, corporation, it's even more difficult because they have one content creator is only one person behind the computer, behind the camera, editing
and
everything.
Control.
But then you have layers of bureaucracy, compliance, regulations,
just politics.
Marketing, politics.
Yeah.
How you help all these content creators in the big institutional because they have
really
massive productions, everything.
I know, and there's a lot of times that these larger traditional companies, Web3 is very spooky to them, and they're fearful, and they're very comfortable in their jobs, and they don't want to introduce risk.
Yeah.
So it's very hard. That's like mostly what my day-to-day job is. So I would say IP, right? Like they have multiple IP. We try to demystify it. So usually I go in and I educate them. But what we do, we have an NFT marketplace, thetadrop.com. And that helps us, and it's curated. So it's like in the spectrum of curation, you have OpenSea, that's like YouTube, anybody and everyone can do it. And then you have NBA Top Shop, which is very exclusive, maybe too niche, I don't know. But we're somewhere in the middle. And it helps, we're able to offer full managed services for NFT campaigns and projects so that we can partner with them. They understand their brand or the IP very well. So we have an NFT marketplace, Tetha Drop. And on the spectrum of marketplaces, OpenSea being the open ocean for YouTube, like anybody, everyone can participate, where NBA Top Shop is on the total other end where it's maybe too curated. And it's very niche, right? We're somewhere in the middle. And this marketplace, we offer full managed services so that we can help these companies try NFTs, or really it's trying Web3. And so what's great about it is they come with their expertise of their business and their IP, and they know it better than us. But we understand the culture and the technology of Web3, that then they feel safe, they feel comfortable, they feel confident, and we can create these projects that are adjacent to their main business. So they don't have to be worried about risking new technology and of a system that's making a lot of money maybe already. They don't want to disrupt that. So we're able to do, I usually go in there and I figure out what problems they're having. This is like how my whole background is. Like figure out what the problems are. Okay, solve problems and maybe make money, right? Also diplomatic for sure. And so when we can do this, they're like, okay, why not try it? And then they try it, and then we have an opportunity to build the relationship with them. Then I'm like, oh, how's your CTO doing? Can I talk to your CTO? What does he think about blockchain? And the CTO will usually be like, oh, you're already a partner. Okay, I'll have lunch. Or, okay, I'll have a meeting. It just kind of like the guard is down.
Doing the soft onboarding to Web3.
Land and expand.
There you go.
So that's like our strategies. And to address the question more directly, like we just help these companies lean in, and like none of them really have a direct relationship with their audience. It's so important to own your audience.
No, they don't.
But you're dependent on these algorithms and third-party platforms and fitting into a mold that is predefined. And every creator, no creator is like the other. They might be similar, but they're all individuals.
Everyone individual. Yeah.
And same with media businesses. They may be similar, but they're all different. But yet we expect them to fit into a very strict mold that makes no sense. And Web3 is like more of a blank canvas. Like, what makes sense for you?
Community, sharing information.
The monetization, opportunities, all of it, right? So that's my long-winded answer.
Amazing. Now talking about blockchain.
Yes.
How do you use the power of blockchain? How do you see the power of blockchain can revolutionize the world of entertainment, and how soon can this revolution kick in according to you?
Well, I hope sooner than later. I would say, what I'm alluding to is like, how do you bring the IP closer? IP being businesses, creators, but how do you establish a direct relationship? Because right now you're dependent on maybe social media, algorithms, third-party vendors. You should have a contract with your fans.
Yeah.
And so that is where I think that will revolutionize, thinking that we can have a shared experience because we watch the same movie together or whatever it might be. The possibilities are endless. But the way that NFTs and Web3 can bring relationships more direct offers a lot of value. So I think when that will really be mass adoption, right? Really when's mass adoption? It will be when, it's bubbling up now.
Yeah.
And it will take one main use case where everything, all the studios, I always like to say, they don't want to be first, but they love to be the first second.
Yeah.
So as soon as they see that, they, will see, oh, this solves a lot of our problems, and we can be in more control of our IP, because they have a fear that they lose control of IP with Web3.
The product is a well-established industry for years, that's why.
Exactly. They feel like they're losing and that you own the IP, and it's like, no, when I bought a DVD, that doesn't mean I own the movie. It means I own the movie for me to use. Yeah. But I don't own the IP, but I feel like I own it, and it's like, that's very similar. So that's like a lot of times I spend my meetings with these executives explaining that this solves problems while adding value to your customers and your bottom line revenue.
Amazing. And you have bring so many solutions in 1.5 years, helping the industry with Tetha Labs. Obviously, you are there in San Francisco, LA, California, talking to all of these entertainment companies. Now, is there anything that is coming up very soon for Tetha Labs that you can share, that you don't have anything like
that
you're allowed to say?
Allowed to say, más o menos. I would say though, right now an active project is Space Drunk. It's there's real space junk in space.
Debris.
So there's a new cartoon with these Hollywood celebrities and creators by Toonstar, Web3 animation studio.
Okay.
And the episodes are free to watch, so you can go and watch them on the website. But if you want to be part of the community, you can buy the NFTs and do fan fiction and develop character stories. And then every few weeks when the episodes come out, they will bring in the fan fiction, so your character can get in the show. Okay. And then you get an IMDb credit. You can be a character on the show.
Oh, that's
cool.
So
it's very cool. Like your characters, your NFTs become these characters, and based off what's happening in the community and the fandom, it will get incorporated into the story. It's very like South Park, the cartoon aspect.
I love South Park.
Yes, it's so funny. And so it's participatory storytelling. So that's happening now in real time. That's so fun. And Toonstar folks are ex-Warner Brother and Disney and other studio executives, so they understand the industry.
Okay, then I understand the animation.
Yes, so that's what's very exciting for me is that they know exactly what problems they're solving with what they're doing. So they're building these IP fandoms, and they've launched a subchain on Tetha, which means they have their own layer 1 built off of our mainnet. So the fact that they're as powerful as a layer 1 with this IP means like it could be the next, Harry Potter world or whatever kind of crazy Star Wars fandom that just has that like ripple effect of opportunity.
We're nearly wrapping up. I have 2 more questions for you.
Okay.
This one is going to blow your mind.
Okay.
You probably have thought about this. It's AI for content creators. I've seen how AI changed in the last, it's been developing for years.
It's like day by day. Sure.
But now for video content, like you can create a whole movie without even having actors or setup.
I know.
How is that? Is Tetha Labs already thinking about this? How they're going to help?
Yes, we love AI. AI and blockchain are a very good match for the technical reasons, but on the more creative side that you're talking about, Toonstar, this space junk project, actually uses AI.
And
there you go. One of the characters, she's a robot. She's like an assistant.
Yeah.
She is voiced completely by AI. So she's the first animated voice AI
without
character.
Human.
Yeah, without human.
Wow.
And then they use AI too for, like I said, the character stories. I can make up my character story, or, Becca, this robot, she can help me write it. So the AI is driving the characters. And now the backstory, they will use AI to create the visual of the character to put in the show. So that way it matches like the aesthetic of the show. So that's like a very real example.
It's happening.
Yeah, we love it.
It's happening right now.
Now, on more of the conceptual side of things, it's like we just don't know what we don't know. I think it's a great tool. The writer's strike is happening right now, so it's a very sensitive subject, but I think it's important for creators to understand, use, and embrace AI before the corporations do, so that it can help them, because it's a great tool.
It is amazing.
I don't think, I do, all the time. I mean, for different things. It helped me plan my trip here in Barcelona.
What?
That's the first time I used Bard.
Only ChatGPT?
No, Bard was, ChatGPT is like more like robot to me, but I like it. It's good for brainstorming. Also, it's a great tutor. Bard is more like Yelp on, crack or something. Maybe on a good day.
On steroids.
Yeah.
Steroids.
Yes. But it's interesting. So, but I really believe though, for at least the next, I don't know, I want to say 10 years, but I'll say 5, AI can't replace our work. Like, if you try, it's obvious and you'll fall short. But as a tool, it's a great tool.
Did you watch Game of Thrones?
I tried, but fell asleep several times.
I was going to make a joke about AI doing the last season of Game of Thrones. There you go.
That makes sense. But they forgot to get the AI water bottle. Remember that water bottle that was in it? In the last scene, there's like a plastic water bottle, and you're like, wait a minute, there were no water bottles then.
There you go. And now, how can people find you on Twitter, and how can they connect with Tetha Labs?
Yeah, so I'm on Twitter and Instagram, and now Threads.
Yes.
Yes, as W3 Andrea.
W3 Andrea.
And then Tetha Labs is Tetha_network on Twitter. That's probably the most active communication that we have. And that would probably be the best to know, stay up to current events, and you can always ping me on Twitter and ask questions and share ideas or challenge my thoughts. It's all good for the space.
Andrea, thank you so much for coming all the way from LA. We're here in Barcelona, and thank you very much for being a crypto G.
This is awesome. Thanks for the thoughtful questions.
And we'll see you in the next episode.
Cool.
We might across the pond with Andrea and her team.
Perfect.
Talking 2049 maybe?
Yes, and not in Hollywood. We'll go else.
Yeah, we'll go somewhere else. Take care. Hollywood.